the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Let us spend some time with our readings today, in particular with the text of Prophet Isaiah, chapter 40 from verse 1 to 11, and the Gospel, Matthew chapter 18 from verse 12 to 14. The tone of Isaiah's announcement is so striking. It is so different. It is different from the present state of our heart. It differs from the state, the captivity in which the world is. It's full of light, full of hope, full of joy, full of consolation, and full of healing. All what we feel is instinctively is the difference, the otherness, that this voice is a genuine other to our lives, a completion, a complementarity, gives us what is lacking in us, enables in us or brings it to realization what gifts need to flourish in us, but at the moment they are hidden or unfulfilled. This is the path to life, engaging with this positive otherness. Against this background, just a very tentative, sketchy thought occurred to me, and this thought is kind of a puzzle for me. It's a challenge. Time and again we read the statistics of the decline of population, particularly in the Western, in the developed countries. In the third world, as it were, our culture is unable to reproduce itself biologically, and it's a frightening prospect. That type of people, those type of people's communities will die out biologically. It's a genuine threat, or a challenge, to put it in other words. Then, particularly in our Western, in Europe, we talk more and more about, and it's part of daily life, of same-sex attraction. What was unimaginable, or what discourse was hidden and suppressed, now our society quite rightly speaks about it openly. And our culture recognizes the rights of people with same-sex attraction to live in the same way. Same-sex attraction. These trends, and I'm sure that we could bring many other things like the main issues in mental health, depression, the loss of purpose in life, somehow these run parallel. That when an individual psyche, or a community, or a whole culture has lost its genuine otherness, then we are kind of stuck in our own sameness. And what is happening to us is that we need confirmation of who we are. We need a positive approval who we are, confirming us. But we are expecting, our culture tends to expect it from its own sameness, not from genuine otherness, from gender difference, from the opposite sex, and from God's otherness itself, but somehow from our own voice. And we kind of live in the echo chamber of our own sameness. And just as a tentative thought that our age could be described not in terms of same-sex attraction, which tends to dominate public discourse, but sameness attraction. We are entrapped in self-love. And what our readings reveal, and that's why Advent is fascinating, that our soul, like the strings of an instrument, instinctively resonate in gladness with the sameness which is addressing us through the words of Isaiah. Console my people, console them. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem, and call to her that her time of service is ended, that her sin is atoned for. His sin, symbolically his entrapment in sameness and self-love. Our culture's entrapment in the pursuit of our hobby horses, the industrial growth, creation of profits. Sin is kind of entrapment in sameness because we can't redeem ourselves. So let us turn to God in this Advent as our genuine other, to whom we can feel attraction, who confirms our identity, not through self-sameness, but through her genuine difference, richness, the contrast between our heart and God's heart. And I hope that this turn to God can restore our sense of attraction to the other, attraction to the otherness of nature. I know it's a complex issue, what I mentioned, that our race, humanity, in the developed world is unable to reproduce itself biologically. And when we lost our sense of the other, it's a very complex thing, because still we engaged with nature, when we lived in nature, with the rhythms of nature, when it caused us awe on a daily basis, it also helped to keep our sense of the other alive. But what is at stake is the desire and the strength, the desire for meeting the other, encountering otherness, being attracted by the other sex, being attracted by friendship, being attracted by the joy of human encounter with members of our families, having a desire to make friends, and just to leave our room and engage with genuine otherness, humanity and divinity.